This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, the Prime Minister has given assurances the government will help farmers affected by Mycoplasma bovis. Establishing a turf management program in Southland could be the saving grace for the world's southernmost 18-hole links golf course. And Riding for the Disabled in Balclutha says their animals are getting too long in the tooth and need replacing. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. One of the first farms to test positive for Mycoplasma bovis has been visited by the Prime Minister. Jacinda Ardern's given assurances the government will help farmers affected by the disease, and it appears the message is being well received.
A warm welcome for the Prime Minister on a South Canterbury dairy farm. Jacinda Ardern is touring regions affected by the cattle disease Mycoplasma bovis following the government's decision to try and eradicate it.
We're here again together, members of the industry, visiting those farmers who have been directly affected by M. bovis to talk through the experiences that they've had, where we can improve, how we can make sure that we give that certainty to those who are directly affected.
The price tag for eradication is close to $900 million over 10 years and will be a world first if successful. But local farmers say it's worth a try.
They have to be positive, and yes, it's hard, but in the end, you just have to start again. As I said before, we got the money back. We bought all the cows already. We got it at the runoff. So we just, new life.
The Argentinian-born share milker is leasing a farm at Morven, just north of Oamaru. Most of his herd of over 1,000 cows were amongst the first to be slaughtered. It took him just 20 days to receive compensation, and he's happy with how MPI handled his situation.
It was hard in the beginning. It was a little bit messy, but that was past. We make it happen. We work together. Since then, it's been great. I have to say, Dave Lency was the guy who was in charge of our case, and man, it was, he made it happen, yes.
Right. While that may be the case here, it remains to be seen whether other farmers are as accepting of the government's decision. And some economists are suggesting the cost of eradication is not much less than simply managing the disease or even doing nothing. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
The A2 Union says a promotional roadshow by Cadbury owner Mondelez will leave a bitter taste in the mouths of many after the saga at its Dunedin factory. Mondelez launches a road trip tomorrow in a bid to persuade Kiwis to create real moments of connection and to enjoy chocolate with the people they love. Industry coordinator Phil Knight says the road trip is an admission by Mondelez that their closure of the Cadbury has left a sour taste in the mouths of many Kiwis and that it's sure to have hit its bottom line. He says Cadbury may make a sweet product, but its actions have left a very bitter aftertaste. Establishing a turf management program in Southland could be the saving grace for the world's southernmost 18-hole links golf course. The now closed Arete Sands golf course looks set to be leased to the Southern Institute of Technology, and a revival of the course is on the cards. Sharon Rees reports.
The Arete Sands golf course closed in late March after declining memberships for leaseholders, the Southland Golf Club. But an attempt by the Southern Institute of Technology to establish a turf management program could see the land retained as an 18-hole golf course, as well as attract more international students to the region.
We see this as an opportunity for us to run courses in these disciplines and focus on international students as the main intakes for those. It uses an iconic course here in Southland, or the Links course here in Southland, and it gives it an opportunity perhaps to be revitalised with another use.
Former Southern Golf Club President Michael Horn said the turf management program would be a win for all parties involved.
We're very encouraged that SIT might continue the course so that it becomes used as a golf course in the future and remains available to the people of Invercargill and throughout New Zealand, and even international tourists who have expressed interest in continuing to play this course in the future.
While the decision is yet to be ratified, landowner, the Invercargill City Council, have agreed to lease the grounds to the Institute for 12 months to identify whether the program is a viable option.
If we can carry on with it, then I think it'll be great if we can keep the golf links there, both open to the Invercargill public, but for a broader range of use with international students and tours coming in. So if we can get that year's grace, that'll let us see whether it can work or not.
If the program is viable, the Institute hopes to begin its first intake in February next year. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
The union representing employees caught up in Otago University's job restructuring say workers are experiencing high stress. The university is proposing to cut some pay packets by more than 40%. Nearly 300 finance and administration staff received letters last week informing them of the future of their jobs. Most were offered the option of being reconfirmed into similar roles. But University Human Resources Director Kevin Seals says 65 people would be offered the option of a role at a lower level. A Balclutha charity is desperately seeking new horses for a popular form of therapy. Riding for the Disabled say their animals are getting too long in the tooth and need to be replaced.
Due for the knacker's yard. This trusty steed is past his prime as one of the Riding for Disabled's stable of horses. The group say it's becoming a problem.
If we get to the point where we can't replace our horses, it will be a sad day. Balclutha RDA will probably have to close its doors, and there are a lot of kids that rely on us and look forward to it during the week.
Riding for the Disabled has been in New Zealand since the 1960s and in Balclutha for more than 25 years. The organisation aims to breed confidence in children with disabilities through horse riding and animal welfare.
These kids, they learn so much when they're here. They absolutely love it. They learn compassion and empathy, teamwork, patience. It's just fabulous. And you see the kids growing and getting better at their riding and just developing, and it's lovely to see.
But they're needing a number of new animals to keep the program going.
Our main foundation RDA horse is Flame. He's a quarter horse. He's coming up 25 years. We have other horses that RDA use, but they're not necessarily owned by RDA, and they're of more appropriate age, but they fill in a gap.
The group say horses and financial aid will be most welcome. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, an English comedian is returning to Dunedin after a 3-year tour, and some of the best sheep, goat and alpaca were fleeced in Terrace today.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
Step into Shop on Carol and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We've got a deal for you. We've bought a huge bulk order from Lee Stretch Moleskin. So comfortable, nice stretchy fabric, and they're in 6 colours. And the deal, $20 off a pair, or if you buy 2 pair or more, $25 off a pair.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So that's Alex Campbell Menswear, South Dunedin, Cromwell and Mosgiel.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
It's on again, the Star Regent 24-hour book sale. Starts noon the 8th of June. Don't miss out.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent. And where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Stay warm this winter with Alistair McCann's Wood and Coal door-to-door delivery. You don't have to lift a finger. Call Alistair to order today on 454 3592.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Being a big softie takes training. I've gone to great lengths to become even softer while still being strong and reliable. The new me is bigger and softer than ever. Cotton Softs. Softness and strength you can trust.
Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819.
Top football on Channel 39, Saturdays at 7, Sundays at 2 and Tuesdays at 3:30.
Welcome back. English comedian Bill Bailey has made time to head back to New Zealand for a 7-date tour throughout the country. Bailey was last in New Zealand for his 2016 tour and plans to return with his Earl of Whimsy show. The much-loved English comic has been continuously touring the world, selling out gigs across the UK, Europe, Asia, Australia and New Zealand. He kicks off his New Zealand tour at Dunedin's Regent Theatre in September. Some of the best sheep, goat and alpaca fleeces in the country will be judged in Terrace today. The annual National Golden Fleece competition is being hosted by the Upper Clutha A&P Society in Wanaka for the second year running, with organisers thrilled at the quality of the entries.
Some of the finest fleeces in the land, and possibly the world. Central Otago's Terrace Hall near Wanaka is currently filled with over 130 wool fleeces from all over the country for this year's National Golden Fleece competition. The judges have spent the last few days weighing and micron testing the entries. Golden Fleece convener Martin Patterson says the wool on display is world class.
These fleeces here are probably some of the best fleeces you'll see anywhere in the world, and of all different breeds, but it's very strong in the merino section, especially this year.
Despite a decline across New Zealand in recent years, sheep farming is still the lifeblood of many farms.
There's many of us, our primary income is still wool, still today, but they're certainly on mainly on the hill country now, or semi-arid country.
And he's always happy to see new faces amongst the contestants.
You tend to see the regulars come back year after year, but it's great to see some new ones entered because that's what it's about.
The public will get the chance to get involved in events in Wanaka early next month. Mountain Scene Wanaka for the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, the man behind a hole-in-one golf challenge on Otago Harbour has won his fight for consent. And a Dunedin man couldn't believe his eyes when he saw an emu standing near his house.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent. And where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Hi, Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. We got a deal for you. We bought a huge bulk order from Lee Stretch Moleskin. So comfortable, nice stretchy fabric, and they're in 6 colours. And the deal, $20 off a pair, or if you buy 2 pair or more, $25 off a pair.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
That's Alex Campbell Menswear, South Dunedin, Cromwell and Mosgiel.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
It's on again, the Star Regent 24-hour book sale. Starts noon the 8th of June. Don't miss out.
Too late to sow seeds? Don't despair, the solution is at hand. Call Ready Lawn today for your year-round lawn needs. Call now on 03 486 1819.
Stay warm this winter with Alistair McCann's Wooden Coal door-to-door delivery. You don't have to lift a finger. Call Alistair to order today on 454 3592.
Join us! 7 p.m. Saturdays, 2 p.m. Sundays, 3:30 Tuesdays. Oakley's off the bar.
Thanks for staying with us. The man behind a hole-in-one golf challenge on Otago Harbour says he's ecstatic after winning his fight for consent. Dunedin businessman Peter Graham has had his application granted by a joint Otago Regional and Dunedin City Council panel. Golfers keen to win the $10,000 prize money will need to aim for an 8 by 12 metre floating pontoon positioned 95 metres into the harbour. Graham plans to use a small reserve south of the Vauxhall Yacht Club as the base for his golf challenge, as well as a kayak and bicycle hire and a coffee and food van. Dunedin man Logan Walden couldn't believe his eyes when he saw an emu standing near his house in Green Island yesterday.
This video of a friendly neighbourhood emu went viral on social media, attracting more than 10,000 hits so far. The man behind the camera, Logan Walden, warned passing traffic to slow down to avoid hitting the large bird.
There's an emu on the road.
Animal rescue authorities were alerted, and the bird's owner, who lives in a nearby street, arrived to take it home.
Oh my god, it looks like a dinosaur.
Darryl Baser, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Jacinda Ardern's given assurances the government will help farmers affected by Mycoplasma bovis, and it appears the message is being well received. Establishing a turf management program in Southland could be the saving grace for the world's southernmost 18-hole lengths golf course. And writing for the disabled in Balclutha says their animals are getting too long in the tooth and need replacing to keep riders in the saddle. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome Phil Somerville.
Yes, hi Minister. There's a story about Airbnb. They put out some material today on how big they are in New Zealand, and we've looked at Queenstown. There's figures on Queenstown and Dunedin and just how much people are spending with Airbnb hosts. And as you can guess, it's a lot of money. So look for that.
It sounds like it's quite a phenomenal amount. Like people are actually having quite good earners on the
yes,
side.
Yes, indeed. The Murray Place Hotel, more on that. The reaction to the latest design has shocked Mr. Toswell, the promoter. And it's back to the drawing board yet again, it seems. I wonder how long this can keep on going.
Well, he's persistent.
Yeah, well, good on him, as I said. Yeah. Dunedin and Hamilton are joining together on a joint conference venture. It's interesting. North Island, South Island, joint thing, so look for that. A Southland farmer, actually, that Sally Ray interviewed today, actually says he would be better off if he actually had Mycoplasma bovis, which seems a rather odd remark, but the thing is he had these cattle all for sale, and now the purchaser says we don't want them. He hasn't got the disease, and he doesn't know, he's in a spot of bother. All his feed's been used up, and he doesn't know where he stands. So all sorts of implications still coming out of that issue.
Yeah, because it's the worst possible time for them to be holding on to stock right before winter.
Oh yeah, in the winter it's a difficult time. But the Highlanders, we've got a wee story on the Highlander who does the most tackling not only for the Highlanders but in the whole super competition.
That would have made a good competition for readers.
Yeah, who is that person? Well, I think the rugby followers might be able to guess, but that's a challenge for the viewers, isn't it?
It is.
If you're not sure, the answer, of course, is in tomorrow's paper. What's with that? Paul Gorman's column. He tells me, I'm not sure if he's included it all in tomorrow's column, but he tells me there's been a strong reaction to people's first memories of television, when television started and what that was like and so on. We're a few years down the track from that now. Yeah, I thought I might mention for tomorrow the arts pages.
Yeah.
There's a story on a sculptor, on a potter, who talks about that being a really physical art. And something we sometimes overlook is the detailed what's on column. And it makes you realise how much goes on around the south, Dunedin and Otago and some further afield. So there's gigs and dances, there's family fun, there's music and performances, there's talks and workshops, there's films and festivals, and there's exhibitions. So we in this part of the world have no excuses for not keeping ourselves entertained and stimulated.
Wonderful, thank you for that. So everyone should get on and check those out and make an effort to go along. Thank you, Phil. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Today's southern view is of Dunedin's Town Hall clock tower. Looking at the situation, there are a few more frosty nights ahead before the anticyclone starts to move away and a light north to northeasterly airflow arrives for the weekend. This should keep the weather mostly fine and cool. Looking at what's in store for the southern towns, Balclutha and Catlins can expect clear skies, light winds and a high of 7. Gore and Lumsden also get clear skies with light winds, fine and a high of 8. Travelling westwards to the Central Lakes area, Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka are in for another day of light winds with clear skies and a chilly high of only 5 or 6. Te Anau is quite a bit warmer with a high of 9 under some cloud with light winds. Travelling up to the northern towns, Oamaru and Timaru are in for clear skies with light winds and a high of 9 or 10 degrees. Omarama and Twizel see clear skies with light winds and a high of 5 or 6 degrees. In Dunedin, it will be frosty and cold tonight with an overnight low of -2 degrees. Tomorrow should be fine and sunny with cold temperatures and light to moderate northeast winds with a high of 9 and a low of 2. And it's the same for Friday with a high of 9 and a low of 3 degrees. And in Invercargill, it will be frosty tonight with an overnight low of -3 degrees. Tomorrow sees sunny but cool days with light winds and frosty nights with a high of 11 and a low of -1. And it's the same for Friday with a high of 11 and a low of 1. And that's our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the Southern region, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.